All right, I'm Matt Jones, and I'm making an immersive RPG in Godot. And right now, I'm working at least half time on this project. So if you want to help out, you can support us on Patreon, or you can, if you can't do that or don't want to, you can just like our stuff on YouTube or comment or subscribe, and that'll help too. So anyway, this is devlog number 11, I think. Yeah, 11. And today I'm going to talk about making a town full of NPCs with jobs. And here is a very busy view. We've got a kind of ad hoc military base on this freeway overpass with a bunch of soldiers. I think there's 12 or 14 of them, and they've all got jobs. So, what else? Oh, before I do that, you'll probably notice if you look at the collision shapes on these soldier mannequins here, they're lining up they're lining up with the animations correctly. Before I had them with a timer that only updated the it only kind of married the physics bones and the animation bones every 10 times a second, 10 frames per second, and that was like really janky and whatnot. But now I have them syncing with the skeleton's skeleton updated signal. So now they'll sync whenever the animation happens, and that makes things a lot better. So if I wanted to pew one of these guys, the bones would line up correctly with the animations, whereas before it was all janky and it looked weird. But now it works better, and it runs at 60 frames a second pretty much. So that's cool. What else? Oh, back to the actual topic. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of NPCs running around here. Um, they've got spheres on top of their heads that show the color corresponds with what job they have. So, for example, this one guy is pink, and that means he's the cook. And for now, the cook will just kind of run around in this kitchen area or sit at one of these tables or do whatever. Because right now we don't have animations. Because obviously it would be a bad idea to do animations right now for like doing things like making food and sitting down at one of these picnic tables. Because these are just temporary. This mannequin here is it's the mannequin from the GD Quest tutorial, so it's just temporary. We're gonna have actual art, and we don't want to do that till later, till we have quests and whatnot. So what else? If you see these soldiers, they are green, so they are off duty, which means they can do lots of stuff. Like here's a shooting range. They will run over here and shoot these boxes of cereal that spawn here, and you can see the yellow chunks explode out when they shoot them. And right now I have it so they spawn. I think it's like every 5 minutes some will spawn here. So basically, what I'm doing is there's five jobs. There's the cook, which is the pink sphere, the brown sphere way over there, which is just gathering wood. He'll just run around and look for pieces of wood to throw in this campfire here because we got a couple logs here. And there's red, which is guard duty. They'll walk around on this overpass and make sure nothing's going wrong. So they'll kind of patrol. And there is blue, which is sleeping. Every 8 hours game time, they will switch to a new shift. So right now these guys are sleeping, and we don't have the animations yet, so they're just kind of standing here in the tent. So when we put the animations in, they'll lay on these cots. Um, and like this one guy, he's just gonna sit on a cot. Maybe he'll read a magazine or listen to a Walkman or smoke a cigarette or whatever, because he's got the off-duty green, so they can just go back there. Um, Oh, let me show you some of the code. Soldier. So right now they have all these, and I'm calling it mood, but this is really the action. Like they could be idle, they could be smoking a cigarette, cooking, eating a snack, lookout, running the searchlight, shooting a target, shooting at the shooting range, using the upper toilets, so lower toilets. I need to combine that into just one. Sleeping, leaning against a wall. If you've ever played like Fallout New Vegas or Outer Worlds, you'll notice NPCs just kind of lean up against a wall when they're idle. So I wanted to have that. Sitting on the cot, sitting at the campfire, gathering wood, sitting at picnic table, and then sitting at the eating area. So depending on their job, they will just randomly pick one of these tasks. You'll notice that we have the blue porta potties over there. So we want certain tasks to have a much higher weight. So for instance, these guys doing lookout up here, we don't want them to be uh, going to the porta potty randomly as often as going to a lookout spot. So we have weighted tasks. So what that looks like, let me see here. Yeah, like we have weights for the different moods. Like for example, using the toilet has a weight of just one, but doing important things like gathering wood or running the searchlights or being on lookout has a much higher weight. So that way, when we randomly pick one of these, it's much more likely to pick like doing lookout or the searchlight than going to one of these toilets. What else? Oh, and right now it's daytime, so they're not going to go to the fire pit here or the campfire here. But then they'll do other tasks that are more common during the day, like the shooting range over here. They're only going to do that during the day. They're not going to do that at night. And then where's the guy? Let me get my scope. I should have made the character run faster for right now. So if you look at him, he's gathering wood. Oh look, he's stuck. He's stuck in a hole. But anyway, he's gathering wood. And obviously, you don't want people doing that during nighttime because they'll like run into snakes and coyote dens and whatnot. You want them just doing that during the day. So some tasks are for day only and some are for night only. And so the way we do that is like we have jobs. Like for instance, let's see what's a good one to show. Like guarding the overpass here. If it's under all conditions, they'll be looking out, they'll be smoking, they'll be eating snacks, they'll be shooting things, and they'll be using the toilet. The porta potty's up on the overpass. But then during the day, they don't have any additional tasks. But at night, they can also use the searchlight. And then, for instance, the when characters are when the soldiers are off duty, they can like sit at the picnic table, they can just be idle, which is just standing there. They can smoke, they can eat a snack, they can sit on a cot, lean on a wall, use the toilet, or sit at the sitting area. But then um, if it's day, they can use the shooting range, but if it's night, they can use the campfire. So that's how we have these tasks kind of segregated to work with certain times of day. And now that we have this system, we can do things like, well, what if it's raining out? We don't want people to use the shooting range when it's raining, and obviously they're not going to be using the campfire if it's raining because the water will put the campfire out. Let me see if I can get. I just added this earlier. I added a way to change the time of day. Let me see if I can change it to nighttime without it messing up. Let's see, that's 7 p.m. Okay, no, that's messed up. But whatever, it's still nighttime now. So now it is 11 p.m. So people aren't going to go over to the shooting range, but they will go over here and use the campfire. Let me see if I can. Um, So I haven't given them the ability to light the campfire yet, so I'm just going to use my microwave gun to heat up these logs and make them catch on fire. Let's see if I can get one to catch on fire. Should take a few seconds once it gets to 375 degrees. There we go. So now we have a campfire that emits light and has fire and smoke. That's cool. And over time it will burn these logs and destroy them, so that's why we have the guy gathering wood. So I'm going to make it so he can have a little pile of wood over here and add more over time. What else is there to show you guys? Um, hmm. I think that's pretty much it. Now that a lot of these systems are in place, let me change the time because it's too hard to see. Wait. I remembered one other thing. Since it's nighttime, we have spotlights. You can see right here, there's one just going down here. And the entire point of this overpass, kind of ad hoc military base, is so... See, this guy's running the light, but I need to add more to it because it's just a floating cylinder with a light on it. And now we just had a shift change, so all of them changed at once, which caused the frame rate to dip. So I need to make it so they don't all change at exactly the same tick because that kills performance. But for instance, here's the highway down here, and they have a spotlight here, so they can put a barricade down here, and then when a truck is coming in, they could like blind the driver and kind of block the road and check the truck, because this is during an economic apocalypse and they want to check to make sure what's going in the town. And by having their base here, they can have their own little choke point where they can control everything, what's going in and out of the town. And then because it's this overpass, which only has two entrances right here, the on ramp and then the off ramp, they could do stuff. Let me adjust the time of day here. There we go. Now it's morning again. They could do things like put important equipment up on here, and then they can control who accesses it. Like maybe they'll have a helicopter or like a radio tent with like radio communications and just all kinds of things. So that this opens up a lot of cool possibilities. I think that's it for now. If you guys have been looking at my other social stuff, you've probably seen a bunch of other things I'm working on. So you might know what the next devlog is going to be, because this is kind of opening up a lot of cool possibilities. But anyway, if you like the project and you want to help out, you can go to patreon.com/immersiverpg and donate, or you can just go to immersiverpg.com and see all of our socials and whatnot and look at our stuff, and give us a like on YouTube and whatnot. So I will see you guys later. Oh, and leave some comments if you have any questions about how any of this stuff works, because I like giving out code examples and whatnot. So anyway, bye for now.